Ladies and gentlemen, after a 67-minute Game 1, we're ready to get into Game 2 in this series. But before we do, we have to award a player of the game. And after an insane backdoor, once again, I think gotta give it over to Soaz.
And because we had so much time thinking about this player of the game, we actually changed the camera shot of our intro as well. And Soaz, yeah, definitely deserved, honestly, player of the game. I mean, like... it's hard to track, you know, over like a 76-minute game, who made the most plays. I think Hybrid is a good honorable mention.
Yep.
It's a lot appealing, but hey, man, if you backdoor, you deserve the victory.
Absolutely. In a game that late, at least. Backdoor is the end-all, be-all for plays like that. Who knows how many minutes of, we can say, extended footage. The director's cut of that game may not have featured a backdoor. Could have been another 20 minutes.
I wouldn't have mind. There's plenty of movies to go by.
It's good exercise in Phil.
There it is. Magnificent. Look at how he auto-attacks and then sidesteps and then keeps right-clicking the Nexus, because he is an assassin in the top lane.
And then dashes,
and then flashes for BMs. Like, I still have flash, guys. Didn't even need it. But it's actually expected I came in and finished it.
Well, you got to keep the legend alive, right?
You merely adopted the backdoor.
I was born to it.
I was born in it. My career was molded by a backdoor.
Huh.
Spec is the bane of the bane of all casting, apparently.
It's going to be interesting to see exactly how this Game 2 unfolds. I mean, both of these lineups are very experienced overall, but...
I mean, looking at the draft, I mean, let's look at what we need to look at. You know, we're going to a Game 2, and yes, it was a very long, drawn-out game by Origen's inability to close by handing over the first Baron. That was a mistake. They gave G2 the momentum by getting back into the game by handing them over a free Baron over an Elemental Dragon or an Elder Dragon. That was a mistake. Before that, Origen got ahead, but how did they get ahead? We have to go back to all the way in the beginning when they made this lane swap maneuver here. I don't think it was a draft issue necessarily. We saw some of the strong points of this draft come out in some of the team fights from G2 later on, but honestly, it was resource management and just distribution on the map. I think Origen just played a smarter game. I think it may be wise getting rid of the Aurelia of Soaz and just making sure that there's an option for potentially expect to fare and hold his own a little bit better in that matchup.
Do we feel like G2 overstepped a little bit? We talk about that early game. They went for these cheeky lane swap plays instead of just going for the 2v2. Do we think it just would have worked out better for them if they had gone for
I mean, it all depends on the gank from Amazing and if Trick would have been there for the counter gank or not. Yes, the lane would have bullied. Like, Sivir Karma smashes Braum Lucian in lane because they can continuously whittle you down. And you'll go even CS up until the sustained breaking point, and that's where you kind of hit them. If you then get a gank before that, obviously they can kill you. Flash Exhaust with Braum onto Sivir, we saw the value of that play too, but it never was meant to be because they swapped out of that lane and suddenly we're playing an open map.
Really interesting to see exactly how well OG were able to strangle out G2 in the mid game as well. Once they got that lead, they played it insanely well. A lot of confident, well-executed plays. When we got to the late game, obviously, things got a little bit messy.
The sweetest move, apparently I'm in shot, fixing my tie, bottom left.
Nice, love it.
I was like, okay, nobody sees me. Wait a minute, sneaky camera. The prettiest move for me was when Origen shifted their balance over to the bottom lane. So if you didn't watch the game, basically what happened was Soaz caught a massive freeze that allowed him to get back into the matchup ahead. The freeze then obviously bounces and stacks up a massive wave that goes towards Expect. However, as that wave was going to crash into the tower, Origen as a unit, as a team, collapsed there. As a 4-man unit, they drove that minion wave and they used it as a wedge and they opened themselves up another tower and denied Expect like 30 or 40 creeps. And again, it forced Expect to be more low econ. And from that moment on, it was full catch-up mode for G2 Esports.
Absolutely. So hard to catch up to in that Aurelia versus Gnar matchup. And we're going to have to see if Origen can get their hands on that one more time, because we are into picks and bans for Game 2 here.
Yeah, and I've been told it's going to be a short one, 28 minutes, production said. And so when we kicked them out of the studio, their playtime is done.
You only get so many minutes.
It's like when you're playing a PC bong, you know? You sign up for 2 hours, doesn't matter, your first game went long, unlucky. We're actually not doing that.
You got to let it's good for you to let the people know. Don't want to worry them. Victor, Vladimir, Chin Rise.
So yeah, standard mages getting taken out here. Origen don't want to deal with the Rise from Perks. And he didn't want to play a 0 last game. The Victor got early rotation onto Power Vivo. That's no longer an option here. So triple mage ban. Look at the targeting. Power Vivo, you are not playing any of 4 champions you may have practiced. And G2 is saying, you know what? We can play Zillion. What can you play?
Does he pick up the Varus here? Is that even a good answer? That's the only thing left.
Because
right?
if you go Syndra, you get hard countered in like a thematic sense, you know? A one-shot champion versus a revive doesn't really work. So versus Zillion, you kind of want to do poke likely and just outrange, but a low mobility carry like Varus against a Zillion is going to be rough to play as well.
Yeah, the double bombs.
Too easy.
So easy to hit, especially when he's channeling, reduces his own movement speed, makes those shots so easy to hit.
Mid lane Fizz is still an option. I want to see how it lanes into Zillion.
And it's, of course, really interesting to see how the role of mid lane changes as so many of these high priority picks are taken off the table.
Oh, this is where Power Vivo says, guys, can I play Orianna? Team's like, no.
Rek'Sai. First pick coming in here.
Yeah, strong jungler.
Still, I mean, despite G2 falling behind, Trick was still doing some work on it.
It's just the mobility from that ultimate right now. When some of the other jungler power plays go down, and if Aurelia gets picked up here, there's still a Trundle counter pick right now, so that's why I expect shouldn't probably go for it.
Instead, opting for the Olaf here as well as the Karma. No surprises on Karma, has been the high priority pick.
Yeah, G2 favor mobility in a lot of their compositions, and it's very often centered around this Karma. So few teams actually lock in Karma first rotation blue side because it's always a pick that's slightly more prevalent, but it's such a good first rotation purple side. It's a flex pick which helps you all the way until you have lost rotation. It is a support that has 0 negative matchups. It will always fare well paired with any AD carry, paired with any into any enemy support. It did leave open the Bard here for one of the few times where Hybrid can finally pick it up and show us his skill on this champion.
Obviously, something we're going to be excited about as the game progresses.
Oh, yeah.
And Bard, I mean, both of our personal preferences for this champion aside, you can't stall out a game against Bard. It's so hard to do when Tempered Fate comes online because he gets to set the terms for these team fights.
Yeah.
And we know that Hybrid is proficient on this champion.
It's just a massive influencer from the support role, and it just carries so much weight if you get ahead. Such a beautiful champion with so much, I don't know, diversity to the playstyle.
It'll be interesting to see how Hybrid utilizes it this time around. Not something he gets his hands on very often. Of course, Xpeke sticking towards those comfort picks. But honestly, I can't even blame Origen for this anymore. Xpeke looks so much better on this solution than he ever did on the Ashe. But Perks, this man is making a statement to Power of Evil. He says, face me, 1v1 me in this mid lane. That LeBlanc pick.
1v1, final destination, no items. I pick LeBlanc.
He's our top tier.
That's
our uncontested S tier 1v1.
Ice Climbers.
You're a horrible person, Ice Climbers.
If I had the mechanics to play Smash Bros, I would always go for what is that, the
Wobbles?
Wobble. Just a name.
I mean, technically there are 2 LeBlancs, so thematically it does kind of line up.
The double chain wobble. Anyways, preemptive counter pick. They're thinking about Trundle to then smash an Aurelia counter, but Trundle lanes poorly into Gnar. Blind and Aurelia gets countered by the Trundle then, so I think the best matchup here is you pick Trundle, they get Gnar. Because if you go Gnar, they pick Aurelia, so it's like rock, paper, scissors. It's like, this is Pokemon all over.
Yep.
You pick your starter Pokemon, and then Gary walks up and is like, I see you've picked Charmander. Guess I'll take Squirtle. That's top lane right now. Or you just get Pikachu, man. You go for the Shen.
Yeah.
I like it.
We got the yellow version coming out on the side of OG.
But this is Snowball. They need a Snowball because Shen plus 2 damage dealers, which are both kind of single target centric. Lucian, I mean, he has some AoE, but he's still, hitting one target. He's not like a Sivir. And Syndra, it's very hard to snowball. If they fall behind, Origen can, this can be a very snowbally game.
And we talked about not having a mobile champion in the mid lane potentially being an issue versus Zillion, but also against LeBlanc. So easy to catch out. If Power People ever misses the option to just throw out that stun, the scatter the weak, it can be very difficult for him.
2v2 duel in the mid lane is beautiful to watch. Syndra, Rek'Sai can just lock down a LeBlanc. QE from Syndra, followed by Flash on Burrow by Rek'Sai, then LeBlanc. But also, LeBlanc Olaf, hyper-mobile assassin squad, one chain connects and it should be done for. So this is going to be super interesting to watch. And it's actually No, never mind. I was like, where's Trundle support coming from? But they're still swapping around. Trundle in top lane, into the Shen.
Olaf jungle coming out as well. Once again, not a whole ton of CC on the side of G2.
Nope. Mobility galore.
Gonna have to see if they can run this one in.
I love this Origen lineup up until like 25 minutes in the game. Look at the wealth of CC. Taunt, Unburrow, QE combo, mobile AD carry that can follow up, Tempered Fate Portal, and you know the potential to outplay with Cosmic Binding. I think Origen needs standard lanes, however, to get online as quick as they can. They want the support with high impact. They don't want a level 4 Bard roaming into a mid lane that suddenly is like level 9, 10, 11 because you'll just get blasted. You want to stay as close and as relevant as you can. So standard lanes, I think for the pacing of the game will be needed for Origen.
And really, really interesting to see how this unfolds because we'll have to see if G2 opt for the lane swap here, if they go for the 2v2. What they are going to go for because they are the ones that opted out of the 2v2 last time. If they're going to continue to try to make these macro plays across the map. Because honestly, everything in this game is set up to be so much more aggressive.
Yeah, so much CC, like engage potential on Origen. I love watching games like that because it can just be a dirty snowball.
A little bit more appealing than 67 minutes.
Well, hey man, I like 76 minutes a game.
Oh, you wanted 76. You wanted to up it.
It was 76.
Oh, it was 76? Oh, I thought it was 60. I got it's a nice subtle correction there. Of course.
Thank you for calling me out. Make it unsettle. Sifa.
Well,
you have to ruin it all.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm lost. I'm focused.
This is your hype. It's where you go.
We're coming back. Is this it?
This is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, 76 minutes. Will we see it again? Origen versus G2 OG looking to close out against the current kings of Europe. 2-0.
That was some good hype, Sifa. Like, I'm feeling the excitement right now.
I'm so ready. That's the thing is, this game is poised to be so bloody. Power of Evil on Syndra, perks on LeBlanc. This mid lane matchup is going to be insane.
Watch it be a snooze fest. Okay, we have a cheeky invade here. Looking for Hybrid. The Soas is going to start taunt here. He can. Taunt.
Dash in. Move forward. Hybrid.
Gets
the stun. The flash isn't going to save him.
Run, expect. Flash exhaust.
Can he make it out? Moving forward. Are they going to burn it down? First blood for PoE. That's a huge shift into the mid lane. And OG making a statement in game 2.
But this may not be enough. Let's look at the first blood. It goes to Syndra, which is great. But this is where Trick is like in heaven. Power of Evil, no flash. Spec, no flash. Hybrid, no summoners. They're playing against a double range lane in the bot lane. And now Mifty has a zone. He knows exactly where they're coming. And they can opt out of this matchup. I would just proxy here if you're Mifty and Sven. But they see that Expect and Hybrid are going for the lane swap. Origen want another lane swap. It's confusing.
I'm just not sure what exactly, how this is going to fold. Are they reading for the blind swap? They have the vision.
No, I think Origen they want to opt out of the lanes right now because they're down flashes and they know they get punished. So you cash in on the first spot, then you play a lane swap game. But here we see no flash on power here. Mythic could flash go.
No, that's not what we need to watch. Look at the top side jungle. OG moving in force.
So interesting here. Because this game, the variables completely shift over right now because so many people no flash. Expect no flash again here.
Oh, rinse and repeat, stunned into the wall. Do they have enough to get this out? Amazing.
Yeah, he's fine. They're slowed down.
So much slowdown coming in here. I mean, the only people actually allowed to have a laning phase at this point are Power of Evil and Perks.
But the thing is, Power of Evil will always win mid lane because as we go into the Matrix and come back here, we see that a kill gives you 1 creep of experience at least, which means you level up much sooner. In mid lane, you level up on the 7th creep, which means 1 wave and then another one. But if you get an extra kill worth of experience, you level up on the first wave already, and you have complete dominance in terms of your level 2 spike. And so that's why Power is pushing, and Perks obviously can't challenge him whatsoever.
Absolutely, and of course Amazing near the mid lane as well. May look to come over that wall if he gets the opportunity. If they can find the setup to put Perks into the ground here. Meanwhile, Trick already on the back foot, and the lane swap unfolding.
Slower lane swap here for sure, champions-wise on Origen. Much quicker on the side of G2. Karma Sivir, honestly, beast champs in terms of lane swap. But will it be close enough to matter?
Additionally, the extra time spent to shut down Trick and Expect in the jungle has cost them a lot in terms of tempo in the lane swap, and Trick not deterred at all as he pushes in to own the bottom side jungle.
But there's no smite here, so he's trying to duel off. I wonder if that Raptor went down here. Ooh, he's going low. He wants his Raptor. Smite not enough. Is he going to be able to get it? Moving forward, Trick has the ghost. He's just going to back off. Amazing was looking for the level.
What perks? Out of the corner of our eyes, we spotted. That's the 1v1.
Amazing was playing on the weak side of the map, trying to get a camp. He smites, but there was like 50 health left on the Raptor, which means he doesn't level up, doesn't skill another ability, and he actually does not get access to that Burrow.
This is an insane game thus far. We have the solo kill dropping in the mid lane. We have macro plays being made on both sides. Soaz suddenly zoned away from the creep wave as Mithy returns to back up his AD carry, and we're going to look at that. How that 1v1 unfolded in the mid lane.
Amazing. Ooh, I think you should just... I don't know, Amazing. You misplay here. I mean, he has the Burrow, but he just can't get out. I think you just finish the buff here. He thinks Trick has Smite, but Trick doesn't have Smite, and then Power of Evil just gets...
styled on.
Play.
Yep.
Ooh.
Purge.
And guess what? He doesn't have Flash because he used the level 1, and that's honestly the mistake a lot of teams make. They overcommit for a Flash on level 1. For a kill on level 1, burning 3 flashes for 1 and 2 summoners, and then of course, in their respective matchups, they got outlaned. Soaz right now, staying true to the skin.
Yeah.
Shen wasn't a ninja, you said? Well, Soaz begs to differ.
Sneaking in that little bit of experience.
Solid Soaz. Give him a box.
How long can he hide there? No, audience. No. Shh. Don't give him away. Oh. Bro off with a strong supporting statement on drinking Graggy Ice. G2 going to move in. So I was getting a decent experience advantage. Mithy finally going to spot him out.
Oh, you got bamboozled, Mithy. This is where you find out you made a grave mistake.
Not at all what they wanted. G2, though, they're a little bit ahead in terms of taking towers in the lane swap. What is going to be their next step?
And this is honestly, I think, some fatigue kicking in. Because if you're G2 Esports and you don't see Soaz pushing on the bot lane, you have to wonder, where is he? And that's when you realize he was next to you the entire time.
Well, now he's next to Expect and Mithy. He's going to have to flash out to safety. Expect
on a mission.
Dashing forward. Expect taking his time here. Throwing down a little bit. Chomping down.
Run, Paul. Run.
Is it going to be enough? Dashing, trying to make it out. Blocks a few
autos. He wants to go over the wall with the taunt, but he's waiting.
Oh, backing off. Wait,
Drop.
Expect. He gets a little bit of revenge.
Every time I see that animation, I have to think about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Uncle Phil talks about taking a bite out of crime. Have you ever seen that one? That's super specific. Trundle takes a bite out of crime. A bite out of crime. But this is...
How do we need like a special Trundle skin to commemorate that specific instant.
Uncle Phil Trundle?
Uncle Phil Trundle.
I'll take him.
Be exciting to see, of course.
Let's see how Soaz crawls back here.
He has a decent amount of experience. He is just a little bit behind because he did manage to get all that experience while hiding in the brush, but the farm difference, I mean, already pretty sizable lead here.
Yeah, and obviously it's in a tank versus an anti-tank matchup. Really important that you stay on par. G2 with their composition looking to snowball here. 1100 gold ahead. Perks one dash.
Fancy footwork. Is he going to be able to
land
there's power? Ooh, trying to predict the distortion, isn't going to get it, and Amazing's here to back him up if anything goes wrong, but G2 outplaying here in the macro game.
I mean, he likes that whiff there from Power of Evil because chains and whiffs, they excite him.
I can't go any deeper on that one with you. I'm sorry, I can't follow you there. But I can follow the action on the screen.
Minions are dying.
Minions are dying.
Or being lost at the
G2 are pushing, and they have a lead now after that kill, after the tower.
Expect is being chased down here.
Oh, no. Returning to his roots as an AD carry. He's trying to make it.
He was Expect. That's a slow. That's going to be dead. Expect it.
Champa. Yeah,
and you got to wonder why was Expect that far up. He obviously knew he could deal with Trick charging at him with heal and flash. But honestly, disrespect. Should have just flashed the first axe, not get the initial slow, and get the hell out of dodge. Expect using both his summoners to end up dying anyways is a big loss here as G2 is completely snowballing the map.
And such a sad story for Expect too, because he flashes over the wall away from one opponent into another one, and another kill going over to Expect. I mean, you already said it. Anti-tank matchup. Trundle's going to eat those resistances.
Oh, and look at the item spike. Early Tiamat already. That's exactly what you want in this matchup. Power Evil now desperately trying to kind of get some pressure here with Hybrid in the back.
Ooh, nice stun. Oh, commits to
he
the
got
all,
it.
and he wants the style plays. He's going to get it. No,
the
Minty!
shield from Minty!
Wait, no.
No!
Oh! Oh,
That
you
has
talk
to
about hero
feel
plays.
so bad for Power of Evil. He made the perfect play, and then the enemy supports it in the lane.
And now he no longer has Flash or Ignite. Perks will be returning the lane with both those spells. In addition,
Comes back
already
with
having that
vengeance.
first kill.
And now this is free game for Trick. You know, level 6 Olaf is just gonna say, I'm gonna run in, ignore your CC, put an axe in your face, 2 chains, and then Power Evil will drop. Oh, this is the rerun.
Oh no, X-Pack-A.
No dash on the first axe. Trick says, I don't need an axe to beat you. I have 2 more.
X-Pack-A. There's no options left. I'm sorry, friend. I don't even have a call for you. You're going to die once again. 2 deaths already on the 80 carry for Origen. G2 have honed in on the weaknesses of this OG lineup and are punishing.
Let's see what's their way out here for Origen. They need level 6 on Bard here because they can catch out Perks. If Perks dashes in Distortion, as he goes back to his clone, he can get caught. Also, a low HP LeBlanc is a prime target for Cosmic Binding. If Cosmic Binding procs LeBlanc passive, she stuns herself. Because the clone always spawns behind her or close enough to be triggering the second part of the Cosmic Binding.
Yeah.
So that is an outplay you can do with this Bard. Power Evil will now get blue buff. Amazing needs to linger and shadow the mid lane right now because there will be attention towards Power Evil.
And while things tend to be looking pretty rough right now for OG, we can watch this play one more time.
Yeah, Perks has to go in for the minions here, but this is the perfect E-combo for Power Evil because either Perks gets hit in the face and gets cancelled, or he goes back to his Distortion and gets hit right there because you can't travel over the E-combo and you can't travel back in time because the speeds don't match up. So it was literally the perfect play by PoE. And then, just the shield at the very end.
And while he may not have come out on top in terms of the perfect play and that execution there, Mickey saving the day, look at the farm advantage presence in this mid lane. Power Evil is still bullying out Perks.
Yeah, look, he puts the balls on top of the minions that Perks has to go for. Perks can't actually CS with auto attacks because then he locks himself into a frame, which means QE hits him. So Perks is always looking to somewhat unpredictably challenge the minion waves with Distortion, and then PoE is pre-buffering Q casts on a minion. So he basically dashes into every Q. Look if this lane pattern keeps going
This
here.
is, I mean, this is an insanely deep mechanical matchup.
Yep.
Power of Evil, a veteran's in the
So look at this minion going low here, the melee creep. Oh, we're not seeing it. Amazing is,
What?
yeah, but he doesn't see Trick coming. He was looking
He's looking at the mid lane.
looking at the mid lane and didn't see the dots approaching. Obviously he's burrowed, so he doesn't have perfect vision.
So I was maybe looking to start a trade here. They're moving forward. Amazing on the way up. Trick there as well.
All right, now Perks looking for an assassination here. As Power Evil sees him coming, Perks has to zigzag. He has to do the opposite
Has to be
of what's-
unpredictable.
what certain people have done when projectiles are coming at them.
Oh
Because if he does
no.
the zigzag, this happens.
Turn around, potentially looking for more. He is going to be able to make it out. And Power of Evil gets burned down. No Shen ult coming through in the end. Too much damage from G2.
Well, G2 brought friends to the table here, and this is Shen ulti down, PoE down, despite canceling. This has to be so frustrating for Power of Evil because he makes the right plays, but he wasn't aware enough of his surroundings, and now he paid the price for that flash earlier.
Not all we wanted to be. We can watch this one
He
more
knows
time.
Perks coming at him, cancels the W damage even, but then Mickey Zenner here. Look how close it is again.
Just doesn't have enough damage at this stage. I mean, even the Abyssal isn't enough to save him through the true damage of Olaf, through the burst combo. Mitigates Perks' damage, but there's too many people present in the mid lane. A little bit more damage. Maybe that kill on Perks, if he had been able to get it earlier, would have been enough to seal another one there. Yes, he has the CS lead, but G2 are punishing OG across the map. This is the G2 we expected coming into this game.
It's still not over because there's still a wealth of crowd control effects on Origen, and they can make one right move. One of these combos connecting with the Bard follow-up is enough to turn the tides here. We got to keep our eyes on Amazing if he can actually get some impact on his game, because so far he has only been farming, providing vision. And if Expecke, rather Hybrid, can open up a play.
Mid laners now moved down to the bottom side of the map to farm against each other. Not the 1-3-1 we're used to seeing. Syndra versus LeBlanc. But the 80 carries and supports have taken up residence in the mid lane as Amazing does his best to clear the jungle.
Yeah, Power Evil now in the bottom. Matches there, as you said. Amazing. And this is where the map is open. 1-3-1 here for G2. And this is the difference. We talked about this in the series from Unicorns. TP LeBlanc. No. Ignite LeBlanc. But you put it on a side lane regardless. That's how you play the 1-3-1 in this situation.
Consistent aggressive trades coming in from Perkz as well. He knows how big of an advantage his team can get if he is able to find that solo kill ever. And Power of Evil forced to play on the back foot here overall. As they move forward.
At any point, any Tempered Fate can connect here.
Nice. Olaf on the top side, expect moving in. Soaz suddenly the one caught out. Is this the story for OG in this second game? Consistently punished for overextending. Soaz.
Oh, he's going for a TP. I'll play with the
Refuge,
W.
is it going to be enough? No. Tries to block the hits. Knows there's no CC left, but does not have enough time to survive. Hybrid on the way in. Dash out from Perkz. G2 playing the pressure around the map. Trick. Showing up where he's needed time and time again.
And despite Amazing having Sidestone, there was not enough vision to secure Soaz being that far up here as they desperately try to match the 1-3-1 with PoE on the side lane here on this Syndra. And once one pawn falls, it's such an easy map move right now for G2 to take control. Passive on the bot side here with Perkz, aggressive on the top side.
Good spot for PoE to be, though. Easy to predict exactly where LeBlanc is going to end up. They know Amazing is here. More team members are on the way down.
Cancel again. Canceled another wave clear dash there.
Speke the only one left in the mid lane. Don't think we're going to see the 1v1. Sven pushes forward, though. Knows he can clear the waves.
Is that a blue ward in the brush right there? Because no, that's a trinket ward. So there might be a TP play coming out from Expect pretty soon. There's a tri-brush ward. But obviously they don't want to move in blind here. Look at it. They're pinging it. They're setting up for it. Sven's considering peeling over. There we go.
TP coming in. Hybrid, he knows it's there. Are they going to be able to get it? Jumps forward. Great pillar coming forward. Suddenly it's Trick versus Amazing, the 1v1. Mithy
so much action.
Getting caught out. Here comes the Shen. Perkz with the jukes, the fancy footwork. Flash taunt coming in. Mithy goes down.
I look for Tempered Fate right now. Bart needs to stall time here. Keep PoE alive.
Perkz, no, not going to buy time. They will stop Trick from moving forward, but Perkz is still alive and healthy. Trying to make his way out. Fancy footwork. Is it enough? Soaz grabs the kill. One back. Twilight Refuge moving in. Can they get it?
Peeled.
Not enough. Hybrid, no exhaust coming out. G2 once again coming out on top despite
Hybrid
the moves from
so
OG.
Far away in this fight. He could have played that much better. It was a decent Tempered Fate there, but maybe his Q was on cooldown, but he can definitely walk up and threaten there with the Cosmic. In the end, it was a good reaction from Origen through that play, but still G2 snowballing their lead.
Yeah, 2 for 2 in the end. They do manage to take down Perkz, but now G2 are going to be able to pick up this Ocean Drake. Give themselves that extra bit of sustain. Cheeky little Prey Seeker coming in from Amazing, but it will not be enough.
Watch this entire sequence again. Portal being down triggers the engage. Trick from the top. We know what happened in the bottom here. The engage of Power of Evil. Yeah, he canceled Perkz again, man. He canceled 2 dashes in a row there. Holy moly, PoE is master of this Syndra. Now Tempered Fate connects. A little bit undershot, honestly, because Expect is still doing damage. Q goes on cooldown right now, but here we need presence to get Soaz out of this fight, but I guess they're so afraid of the chase here. Expect was coming in too.
And Sven was so far behind. I feel like OG just made a poor, like we praise them for poor, or for great late game decision or mid game decision making, but their early game decision making just wasn't there.
That team fight was solely carried by Power of Evil, man. What a magnificent performance here on that Syndra. He's continuously canceling these distortions from Perkz. Perkz immediately recasted Mimic to go in. So I was looking for taunt.
Oh, no! What? How did that miss? And now the re-engage comes in. Perkz, no reason to fear.
It's very simple, Sifa. He didn't click on the enemy champion, and he missed.
And now Soaz could be the next one to fall. Mithy making his way down. They don't want any fancy footwork to come out. They can't afford to get anything in the end. Perkz playing safe, but knows he can secure this kill. Dash back. Style points for the mid laner on the side of G2, and but now they want more.
Almost another situation here. Cross map from Origen looking to take down Expect, but this is a very rough duel. Remember, side Storm Lexi plus a Bard that's behind can't actually win this duel. And that was another situation where Perkz on a side lane was about to get caught, but because he's playing a mobility champion, he actually managed to get out. So often in a Rise situation, Perkz dies there. But that That taunt actually could have changed the entire game here if that hits. Because not only do Origen now suffer 2 casualties, they lose themselves a kill. So that's the 3-kill swing here in the game.
Insane, and we look at the gold lead, 4K already present for G2, and they're set to burn down another tower. Expect looking for the blank. Xpeke caught out one more time. Flash dash makes it out. Hybrid Can he save the mid lane turret? Are they looking for the re-engage? Amazing goes in. Is this the play, OG? They don't have the members, they don't have the damage, but they will push back G2.
Pushing back because they need PoE. Remember this Origen composition, we talked about it before. They should be 2,000 gold ahead at this point because they're playing a raw 2 damage dealer composition with double tanks and mass utility, mass crowd control effects. G2 have a plethora of scaling and they're better in the small skirmishes, but OG should be finding ways to force fights, but they're not really finding them because they're continuously on their back foot. And the few engages that they make, like that Shenton, are failing.
Doesn't work out for them. And now we're at that terrifying point. If Perkz had pushed Ignite, if he had anticipated or expected that chain to miss, he still would have been able to pick up the kill on Hybrid. And that...
But who expects to miss?
Yeah, you don't expect to miss. Play around your win conditions, not around your losses. And I mean, Perkz just, he's at the point where he's can blow up anyone on this team just about. Soaz the only exception.
This is the point where Origen needs to brute force for mid, go for a taunt flash from Soaz, or taunt flash after Amazing delivers him to the fight. So tunnel in from Amazing, Shen lands, taunt flash into Tempered Fate. PoE looking for assassination here on Perkz.
Maybe they're gonna be able to get it. They have enough damage. Pop goes Perkz. OG take control, Tempered Fate. Is this the fight they want? Peke as he caught out. Hybrid moves in. Trick. No Ragnarok coming out yet, but he will have the mobility soon. Throws the axe. One more. Hitting time and time again. In comes the Shen. No! Out goes Trick. Ragnarok used. Trying to make it a safety. Can he get out? Prey Seeker not going to come out. Peke, he wants to kill. Doesn't have the line of sight. Still does not have it. He needs a dash forward. Soaz suddenly in trouble. Oh, finally gets the culling on the back half, but it is an absolute bloodbath. Soaz backing off, regrouping with the mid laner. Peke's here as well. Origen, they get 4 for 2. They're taking control. They're moving up the mid lane, and they're back in the game.
Brute force play here from Origen. They used the Rift Herald as a setup. It was all an elaborate ruse and a bait. They see Origen go low, and G2, they collapse. Look at it. Look at how low Amazing's dropping here. They smell the blood, and Perkz just base checks into Power of Evil, who just obliterates him. Then Mithy gets caught, and look, Peke kites out. Hybrid really regrets this portal, much so, but he's kiting Trick. The exhaust buys time. Shen ulti does nothing here. Then on the back end of the fight, Soaz buys so much time, and you will see the value again. This is the second game in a row where Sven plays Sivers, and at one point, his all attacks will get completely denied because he tries to turn around the fight here. W from Soaz, and suddenly Sven can't counter, and then expect his solo chasing and PoE with another QE combo. This guy is single-handedly carrying these fights. He does the setup, the mid-fight, and the finish. He is really taking grasp of this game.
What an outstanding performance to come in from Power of Evil. We had so many questions about him. Swapping back and forth between mid laners. X-Peke now an 80 carry means he is always going to be the starter for the team, and now finally showing up after a rough first split.
And the war of the Scuttle Crab is won by Soaz. The war for Peke is being lost by Peke.
As it always is. Tempered Fate! That was really good, but it is not enough in the end. Soaz waiting for the play over the wall. They lock up Mithy. The tower is still up and well. Spirit's Refuge going down. Soaz locked up. They're keeping it going. Soaz needs to make it through the wall. Is the Ignite going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. Flash over the wall from Perkz. He has to be careful. Dueling it out. 1v1 with Power of Evil. The magical journey not so magical for Origen as they are set to drop once again.
Yup, a journey into death. The Golden Crown wasn't enough for the King of Backdoor. He fell anyways. And once X-Peke was down, it was just complete whitewash here for G2. They just obliterated Origen, and it wasn't enough. Power Evil couldn't send up enough spheres to then have a good ultimate. Perkz survived, and now it's looking grim again. 4,000 gold and a dragon down.
Not at all where they wanted to be. 2-1 in the Ocean Drake category. We'll take a look at this fight one more time.
I mean, there's 3 members in River, and Peck is halfway through the lane. You have to wonder what he's doing there. Just concede the tower. It's all about concede, don't feed. And then this portal here from Hybrid, it's good to get Soaz out. It's a little late, I guess. Soaz a little too far up. But it brings everybody over to Power of Evil here. So he gets betrayed by his own Bard. Tries to get Perkz. Just quite not enough here.
But bold decision making could potentially win OG
doing
today.
It again.
Trick has no way to go over the wall.
He's Olaf.
He's running in. He's not going to get it. Peke secures the Baron. Can he dash his way out? Olaf, his one true weakness, the wall coming out against him. Perkz, he misses. footwork coming in from Peke. G2, they just lost so much in that exchange.
Does Origen always manage to get a Baron here? Peke around the wall, Persos, Peekaboo, he finds Xpeke.
One more death for Xpeke, but the Baron for Origen and an absolute win in the team fight exchange.
Every time we're in a replay, it's like, okay, Origen right now, they're looking for a play back into the game. Maybe they can find a couple of picks. Nope, they'll just take Baron every single time. Trick walks to the wall, and then he realizes he's playing Olaf. He has to go around, and amazing with another good secure here. This time not with the execute advantage. Last time it was, I think, Elise.
Yep.
Elise Q plus Smite combo that can obviously procure you many more Barons, but Origen somehow managed again.
How much is it going to be worth, though? Still a 3K gold advantage for G2 as they push in this tower. The empowered minions slowing them down.
So much time being bought.
We talk about it. I mean, as long as this buff is up, any pressure from G2 is going to be stalled. Trick is absolutely massive, as is the whole of G2, but, I mean...
And while Trick can negate the CC, Magical Journey is actually a really powerful tool against an Olaf, because once you rank it up higher levels, you travel up to 50% faster than your enemies. We'll talk about that later here. Yeah, this is the back end. You kind of see the birth of this play, because Amazing goes left, Xpeke goes up, Soaz goes down. Love it. Everybody in different directions. Sidestep from the Paco. Then obviously he goes for the outplay, hiding around the corner.
Perks pushed the wrong distortion to hop back.
He did.
Still gets the kill in the end, however. Empowered recall not enough to save the day.
Yep, hide and seek for Xpeke, not as good as his backdoor skills. Xpeke, we call him Paco.
X-Paco. We're getting caught in the nicknames. It's all right.
Because there's going to be that one guy. Why is he calling him X-Paco all the time? His name's Xpeke.
They never let us have any fun.
One guy, I will now call him Xpeke for the rest of this cast.
So gotta get the shout outs to that one guy.
One guy, big fan.
Good to see you're not out of energy, crowd. Trick though, maybe looking for a flank here. OG could get caught out.
Portal here. Yep.
Power of Evil goes over the wall, and he's going to get knocked out so fast. No! Exhaust comes in, not enough. Perks grabs a kill. They're pushing forward. Expect on the front line. Soaz set to fall. Spirit's Refuge, not enough.
Just because it is a friend of yours offering you a free magical journey, that doesn't mean you have to take it. Power of Evil takes it and finds himself in a worse position than before. And he gets cornered, and now the use of that Baron buff is completely gone here.
Trick moving forward. He knows he's unkillable. G2 breaking another tower. The Baron buff fading away.
We keep missing the setup to allow these plays here. How did Origen find themselves this far up in the mid lane, just kind of getting out rotated here and having the need for, like, honestly, very poor escape method?
Yeah, really questionable overall. Have to play safer around this Olaf.
It is something we have to talk about, though, when you have these champions that are continuously permabanned against a team. They will not practice them anymore in scrims. If you only have access to, say, 20 games of scrim time, you will not put them on champions that are continuously permabanned against you. Therefore, once this champion opens up, like this Bard, we talked to Hybrid 2, it's like, I haven't played this champion that often recently anymore. Because why would I? It's permabanned. So then when he does get the champion, it's almost a lesser version of what he used to be able to do on it. And I think it's showing in some of these situations. Look at it. Tricks on the side, teleport comes in. And I think they just don't respect the ward. Yeah, they're just so scared of the teleport that they try to put the Power Wheel to the left. And it was just a really good TP flank. Really good setup too. This was completely planned by G2 Esports.
Well executed in the end, despite OG consistently being able to sneak Barons and find kills. Simply not enough to overpower G2 at this stage of the game. Nearly a 5K gold advantage present for the team, and Infernal Drake spawning soon as well. That could be massive for either side.
Yep, and Trick is getting pretty beefy right now too. It's so hard to decide whether you commit all in to kill the Olaf, or you're trying to just outrun him for a while. But Olaf plus Karma are such a good combination here. G2 really like these mobility-centric compositions where you surprise and close gaps much faster than your opposition expects you to.
We have to look at the Trundle as well. If Olaf and Trundle ever get to fight in tandem, yes, they lack CC, but one pillar comes down, zoning out any immobile champions.
It's the pain train.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the murder train right here. We got Sivir, we got Karma, we got an Olaf. Not a whole lot of CC, but they're going to go fast, and nothing.
Death is the ultimate CC.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to kill the Olaf, though, at this point, I think.
Yep. And I mean, with this much of a lead for G2 Esports, only two things are certain. Death and Axis. I actually made that joke once more last year, but people liked it.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, you can recycle once a year.
Is that the quota? Good to know.
I made the quota.
Shield comes out on the minion. That's incredibly obnoxious.
It's banner creep, man. Once you get banner plus Baron, supports can actually play a minigame with their pets. You become a hunter.
Ah, like the good old days of Hunter? Or
The good old days.
The good old days.
Vanilla
yeah.
Hunter, where your pets.
That's disgusting.
I never played good old Hunter.
I never played good old Hunter either, but I played a lot against good old Hunter.
This guy is so excited. I love it, dude. He must like wake up and be like,
can we pay you to come here every week?
Chair! Whoa! Table! Whoa! Breakfast pad! Eggs!
Infernal Drake now the center of attention for G2.
Wait for it. It's going down. Infernal Drake.
Is it gonna? It looks like Earth. Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Another Infernal coming out. Nope. That's a
Nope.
lagging graphic. God damn it, production. You lied to me.
It's a mountain.
It's a mountain.
They're playing with our hearts. G2 grab the Infernal Drake for themselves.
It's a bit like online dating. Advertise this Infernal, but you get a mountain. But you gotta be happy. At least it wasn't a cloud.
I mean, to be fair, our graphics team's selfie game is apparently on point.
They know all about the angles.
Definitely look like an Infernal.
Alright, G2. Let's see, how do they close? They still run a pick-based comp, because they have a run at you comp. At any point, Origen, Baron sneaking will be significantly larger is the amount of times that they're baiting here, looking for the pick-off.
Oh yeah,
The spot
that's the one member who can afford to run into any bush. Good
I mean, they can still get revealed, remember here. Perks on the flank. Knock up, knock up, knock up.
Oh.
Ooh.
Power. People
PoE
trying
was
to get the
pre-buffering
read.
on the distortion, and Amazing couldn't get a knock up there onto Perks. Could have gone a ride there though. They're leaving themselves exposed at times here, G2.
Perks now pushing up the side lane, has the Baron and Power free. Moving forward, Power Evil can't get the reads this time around. Moving in, G2 now pressuring the Baron. They should be able to grab this one uncontested. Our second Baron of the game. OG, can they get it? Tempered Fate available. Amazing with the smite, but at a level disadvantage. Sven taking so much in exchange. TP coming into the backside. Trick runs forward, but all this damage. So as screwed, Tempered Fate lands on Mithy.
It's a bit too far here, no follow-up here, but Origen managed to stall out, and they have access to the mid lane, but again, the same rotation we saw the last game here, but on different sides. Because Origen go mid, G2 react to top, but Origen don't want to react by basing, so they just go for a Baron pickoff here. This is another layer to this moving around, almost chess-esque on the map here. And right now,
comes out. Amazing has a bit of vision.
They're herding the cattle here. Sven's not there here.
Amazing goes over. They go up, but he's going to have to flash out to safety. Peke, the only one on the front lines, but they're looking to make this engage happen. Power of Evil, great stun.
Ooh, so close by Hybrid.
Comes out. Hybrid maybe looking for something magical, turning over the wall. Perks looking to pop
Peke is
support.
stuck in the top side. Dodges the pillar. I like this moving. They go mid, we go top. They don't base, but go Baron. We have to defend again, but Sven already based. So many layers to this map place here. Some really quick thinking on both sides.
Have to be careful. Power of Evil threatening so much every time he throws out one of those orbs. Looking for the stuns, looking for the engages. Yeah. No Ragnarok available for Trick.
Baron started here behind G2.
OG starting to move
outmaneuvered here. They may be too late. This will drop rather quickly.
PoE lagging behind the rest of the team. Amazing in. Can he get the miracle steal? Perks just buying time.
Has to. 3,000.
Okay.
2,000. Amazing is left behind.
It. They're just peeling off it. Instead, they're going to kill Amazing. G2. Great patience on the play. XPK has to flash. Sven burned down. Nice pop coming in from OG. They're moving forward. Trick on the front line. Ragnarok. No hope left for Peke or the flash to save the day. They're running.
Need to kill him. Perks the snare here, but XPK trying to take down Trick.
Gonna fall. Dash backwards. Not going to be enough. Oh, ult comes out, but Perks burns through the barn.
What a beautiful fight here on both accounts here. These teams are definitely delivering here. We had mentions of low level in Europe, but these are some fantastic fights here.
patience and execution on both sides, fighting with every single cooldown they have available, playing around the opposition beautifully. G2, they took the advantage in the end.
All right, so Amazing does the right thing. He has very limited vision here. He goes over the wall, he sees it's low, and he wants to go in case they come in for the burn. Oh, really good turn here from G2. But then this snare here, double stun from Hybrid. Pop on Sven. Power Eagle flashes over, immediately kills him. And then now they have to deal with Trick here. Hybrid does the right thing, getting out of the fight here. Buys time for Expectate. You could argue right here, Tempered Fate on Expectate, save him. But then he tries to do it on Perks, but Perks flashes on the exact same frame. That's so hard. We can't fault Hybrid for all of this.
And at the same time, if we watch Power people in the back half of that fight, picking off members left and right, busting out the consistent damage, goes over the wall to get Sven, picks up Mithy on the back half, no more bot lane for G2. Ooh.
I like it. These guys are so good at this game, man.
A lot of poke coming down. Strict takes a lot of damage. You can see how exactly how bloody that team fight was. Amazing got burned down, but the rest of the team coming up. And Xpeke actually doing a ton of damage.
We might see G2 actually, Origen like rush to Baron right here in some scenario. So as
maybe looking for the fight. Oh, ulting out to the Rex
because the pillar is down. You never engage on a Shen with any displacement abilities because you give him the chance to get out of the fight. But still ulti force, and now there's position on Baron. Remember, there's Tempered Fate, and there's a super slow Olaf with no fight, or no flash rather.
They're doing a decent amount of damage, so as buying what time he can. Ragnarok available for Trick, they cannot interrupt him. They have to peel off. Throwing out a better CC, Trick finally going to use
disengage
Ragnarok.
right now. This is good from Origen. They force Ragnarok. They disengage his flank from Expected Bottle. He's stunned.
Locked off, stunned. Power people trying to disengage. Does lock up Perk for a brief instance, but Expect is on the back side. They're moving in. They're looking for more Perks. Can he pop Peke? So much damage. Ignite ticking down, but he's going to be able to survive in the end. They're moving forward. Hybrid caught out. Peke can't come to the fight, but G2 are here to play. They're looking for more. Are they going to be able to get it? Waiting for it. Magical Journey comes in. Tempered Fate to buy some time, but not enough. And for G2, looking to take the victory. Hybrid pops, and that's going to be the double coming in from G2, and now the Baron will be theirs as well.
Really smart choices at the start of the fight, but we need to reevaluate how that came to be and what potential changes in the decision tree that Origen could have made, but because they lose 2 members on the back end of that fight. But G2, unrelenting in their pursuit and their chase, they continuously force Origen to make smarter choices or die.
And in this case, Origen have died as the Baron will fall in favor of G2. The lanes may reset.
So the purpose here is to force Ragnarok to disengage. That's good. Pekka trails off though. That's a mistake. You never leave your team like that. Look at the miscommunication here. So now they're split, and now Hybrid's not there with a good portal. I think right here they have to portal out to the left. That's good. Let's see. Pekka goes low. Amazing didn't take the portal, but he tunneled instead, which means he now doesn't have any tunnel. If he took the portal, he could have tunneled down, so that's a major mistake from Amazing. Then the bar Q misses on Perks, where he could have hit Expect and Trick. So that's a risky approach for Hybrid. He went for the high risk play, and it backfired, and it cost him his life. So Amazing and Hybrid both died due to faults of their own, and G2, marvelous collapse, marvelous punish.
Beautiful performance thus far from the team, of course. G2 happy to grab the Mountain Drake as well.
Perks, he sees people coming, gets taunted here.
Stun coming in, Tempered
Fate on the distortion. There's one more.
It's gonna be perfect timing. It's going to take perfect timing. Hybrid with the fumble. Can they still kill Perks? Clone blocks a little bit. Fancy footwork comes out. Is still going to be able to get the shutdown. Good moves coming in from Power
Gotta go
Evil.
back to the base here because it's under siege. That's one tower drop, and look in the top lane. The setup for the second inhibitor. It was too many members committed to Perks.
Split pressure coming in. OG are backing, but it's too little too late. Amazing, not enough to buy the time. One tower, one inhibitor, a second tower, but so as on the flank. OG want to turn this around. They know they have the man advantage. They dash in, Sven locked up. Spirit's Refuge. When will it come out? We got to look for it. When he's already used it, blocked the auto attacks, trying to start this fight out, but he's going to be able to walk out of this one. Suddenly, Soaz all alone in the back line. GA, will it be enough? Expect, he's unkillable, but Power of Evil wants to take him down anyway. Spheres coming out, both teams backing off. Journey use, Power. Is it going to be enough? Shut down. Mistakes coming in from OG, and now G2 get the turn. Peke goes in. Peke gets knocked out on the hunt burn. Hybrid flash to the portal. One more through. Has to land the double stun. Is going to get it in the end, but Expect coming in for more. Locking him down. Will they be able to kill Pirate or Hybrid? It doesn't look like it, but Sven will pick up that one. Now on a rampage.
Yeah, 3 days shy of July 4th, but stakes were made here. by Origen. They overchase, they get greedy, but it wasn't enough.
Absolutely not. And at the end of the day, G2 may have fallen in that first game versus OG, but they make a statement in this game too. They will not be taken out 2-0, and they will move on to tie up the series 1-1. Absolutely phenomenal performance.
And I need to verify this, but I think up until this point, when Expected entered the lineup, Origen have only gotten 2-0 by one team, and that team is Giants. Which is actually quite surprising here. They managed to tie a lot of these teams here, and Mithy and Sven find redemption. They tie their old teammates.
Unicorns Love as well would be the other one that they were 2-0 by.
But that was the start.
Yeah.
That was pre-Expected. That was with Forgiven
oh,
still.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
They have to wait. Wait, Perkovic. Don't go too eager. That's it.
Handshakes coming in.
Gotta meet in the middle, you know, when you tie.
Yeah, I like it. Good sportsmanship. Hugs coming out. I mean, crazy performances from both teams. Game 1 coming in from OG. Game 2 from G2. Trick on that Olaf, man. So many early game kills. Such a bloody game. And yet despite G2 having so many more kills, it didn't feel like they were in the lead for so long.
Yeah. Now they gotta wait their turns. Handshakes go one way. We get the close-up view from Origen here on our desk. We get to witness Expected.
Oh, yes.
It's a beautiful sight. Look at it.
Return of the king.
Ooh. Huh? Camera doesn't show up.
We're so close.
We're so close.
You can hear the cloud. Fans.
The cloud? That's the dragon. This is the crowd.
Look, man. I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a long day.
I've botched up at least 10 things and you never called me out, and now the first thing you mispronounce. What a horrible co-caster am I. It was a great series, however.
It was actually an insanely back and forth series. I really liked it, and I think
it had elements of great play.
Yeah,
and elements of not so great play.
Not so great play. That mid lane matchup remains one of my favorite that I've seen this entire season.
Yeah, I think LeBlanc versus Syndra, again 1v1.
Yeah.
1v1 me. Perks, he threw down the gauntlet. It's like preemptive LeBlanc, 1v1 me, bro. And I think Powerville did a lot of good things here, but the level 1 actually influenced the game very hard. There were too many flashes burned on that kill on Expected.
Yeah.
It was a little bit greedy, and it influenced everything because Hybrid and Expected couldn't path back into bot lane. Because if you have to path into an area that's honestly manifested with wards, into a Karma, you will pay the price for that. And then obviously the lack of summoners being available. Because you need to look at what happens if somebody dies, right? You kill somebody and you take an advantage, whether it's extra minions or an objective. If you kill somebody pre-minion spawn and you invest the same amount of resources, the gains aren't quite there yet. And you want to always go, Sifa, for the most optimal games. And we were on screen here. I was like, I was pointing at you and making jokes.
We're well over the quota. He said
like,
gains and we locked eyes, and I knew instantly once he said it exactly where we were going to go with this.
And I'm
the
like,
gym life.
Oh, the camera is actually on us right now. That's awkward. Anyways, the gains weren't there because they've used 3 flashes, 2 summoners to get a single kill.
Not worth it in the end. And G2, I got to say, adapting very well. So often we see teams, when it comes to summoner spell advantages, you're still laughing about games.
Yeah.
They don't punish the summoner spell advantage.
I'm laughing because I'm probably going to get fired because I swore on air again, and I'm blushing right now. And I'm tired and my voice is blown out.
Where are we going to find... Oh, it's okay. There's
Where are you going to find another color caster of this level? Reddit. Just check any post-game thread. He was wrong about this, wrong about this.
I was going to take it a different direction. I was like, where do we have supports who are ready to retire from a competitive career? Let's get another one. Add it to our collection. All right. Jokes aside, focusing back in, I feel like we don't always see teams that are willing to punish that early summoner spell disadvantage because sometimes it can be difficult. You have to make these huge confident decisions, and it's good to see that from G2, even after a very rough game 1, that they were still on point and ready to play aggressive.
But it's ingrained in their gameplay. Like, you could see it in their series against Fnatic. One mistake, game over. And they close it out beautifully. The other game was decided on 3 pivotal moments. They fell behind early against Origen, who actually have really good snowball shot calling with Expected. This guy... I mean, when he comes into a team that always has good foundations, like with Amazing, you know, who worked very well with Miffy last year, and Expected also was kind of present there shot calling, he can just bring that to the table. So they know how to close out. They know how to move on the map when they're ahead. Sadly, they struggle sometimes getting ahead right now.
Yeah, I think really interesting to see how they're going to develop as a team as well, because while they made some great moves and they've adapted over the course of the series, it still feels like the second they get behind, things just fall apart for the team.
At the last end of the closing bit is still the hard. So like they know how to snowball a lead from like say 3,000 to 6,000 to 10,000. But then once it gets to the inhibitors, I can't make that same statement anymore because clearly we've been proven wrong here. 76-minute game, 80-minute game, Origen. Eventually they get it, but it took a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, just a crazy set overall. But for more on that series, we're going to head over to the analyst desk where they're being joined by the newly victorious Perks.
Thank you very much indeed. Joined by Perks. 1-1 in the end. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm not exactly happy because I expected us to kind of stomp them today. But game 1 we made some mistakes which shouldn't have been made. And also I went bot at 20 minutes when I had TP in 1 minute up. And they rushed Nash at 20 minutes, which was kind of, no one of us expected it. And then when we called Nash, it was already 2k HP. So that's like, they kind of got the momentum there from Nasher. And yeah, so after that, it was like just stalling, farming, and then they got another Nash. And then they got
500
a couple of
inhibs.
more Nashers, you know. But it was like a 67 minutes game, and my AD carry broke the record of world's most CS, so I'm happy for him, you know. It was worth the game, you know. Even though we lost, it was worth. So, yeah, we lost.
Yeah, how surprised were you? I gotta say, we were very surprised that OG managed to do anything versus you guys after the way you guys destroyed Fnatic yesterday. How much did that take you back?
I mean, honestly, Origen is like a pretty good early game team. Like, they're not bad at all. They have good players and they play micro game pretty good. And but we were a bit surprised because the mistake we made shouldn't have happened. And so that kind of set us behind. But then we just reset after the game and focused on game 2. What to do and to not do mistakes, and we just stomped them.
And then you give up first blood. What happened then?
Top laner.
First blood, we were saying careful level 1 image, Shen Bard, and then 5 seconds later, Shen Towns and Bard Qs, and
It happens.
and it happened that Syndra got first blood in Doran's ring, but it was fine.
What about the matchup though? Syndra against LeBlanc.
I mean, I had to blind pick something, so I didn't want to blind pick Zilean, so I just blind picked LeBlanc. I was like 95% sure he was not pick Syndra, because Syndra used to counter LeBlanc before and still does. But I was confident in playing the matchup. And then when he got Doran's ring and level 2 after 2 creeps, I was a bit not confident.
Tilted?
But, yeah, I was a bit tilted. But he screwed up, made a mistake, and died 1v1 like level 3 or something. And after that, I was a lot more confident. And then they were just trying to force plays and getting like, they were forcing fights and we were not taking them, and then we took fights that we wanted and they didn't want them, and they wanted them, but it was good for us. And then we just were snowballing, getting kills, and yeah, so we just got a 30 kills or something. Some fantasy points for Trick. For me, of course, not, because people play to ruin my KDA, so nothing I can do.
Not only fantasy points for Trick, another player of the game, and he has a lot already. We're going to see the leaderboard
number one,
later. He is number one, I
he's
think.
the best jungler.
The best jungler, hands down.
For sure, he's like, he's so good. I don't know, good mechanics, best brain. He's calming. He's like in-game leader. He's like, he just made me a better player since last split, and I can't be more happy than to have Trick by my side. So.
Oh, fantastic. One more thing I want to ask you about. I saw you, of course, hugging Hybrid over there. How was it playing against him? How do you think he's doing?
Well, me and Hybrid go way back, like for 1 year since G2. We accomplished a lot in G2. We qualified for LCS. We won Europe, and we had a success around them.
We don't talk about that.
Cut.
And yeah, we had a lot of fun times and sharing some memes and stuff. So we are good friends, and yeah, just hugged him and that's it.
One more quick question. What do you think?
You got all the questions. It's good. Go.
What do you think
going.
of the top 3 right now? Because we had Airwax.
What's top 3 right now?
It's G2, Fnatic, H2K.
H2K?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Airwax, we had him on the desk earlier, and he said, I don't think H2K is good at all.
Wait, did Rocket win second game versus H2K?
No, 1-1.
It was 1-1. How did they win second game? Okay, that doesn't matter. I think H2K is a good team. They have really good macro play. So I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, I think their AD carry and mid laner are underperforming, especially AD carry. I see him buying QSS, third item every game, even when it's not needed, which I think is really bad. And I think that sets him behind a lot by not having AD damage on the team. And just playing wrong. So I expect HOK to be a stronger team by the end of the split though, but right now they're struggling a lot.
Because technically it doesn't actually matter right now.
Yeah,
All
right
that
now
matters
it
is
doesn't matter.
in a few weeks.
They have good players, of course. Like.
Yeah.
So G2 Fnatic H2K is what we see going into playoffs, probably.
It's hard to say right now because I would say either Europe is really bad right now,
I think that's it.
or Europe is really good right now, because every team is like taking games of everyone, like Unicorns 2-0 the H2K, and then Rocket 1-1 versus Unicorns, and then some 0-2s, and it's just really weird standings and really weird results of the matches. So it's gonna be interesting to see who is even gonna be top 6. Like I think Fnatic and us are gonna be top 6 for sure, and then it's hard to say who's gonna be everyone else.
Hey, Giants right now is, spoiler alert, beating Fnatic, but
Okay, I'm taking back that.
we're going to go over to that game in a bit, but first we're going to recap another game that happened over in the arena, because those games were incredibly long here. Splyce and Vitality, and Verius is going to give us the lowdown.
Thank you very much, Shox. Yes, I was keeping an eye on that game that was happening earlier on the other stream, and to be honest, it was very much largely a lot of picks going on either side from both teams early on. They had so much pick potential from either side. It was a bit of a sloppy game. First blood, things were looking pretty positive for Splyce, but then it ends up being turned around horribly as Shook was able to come in for the counter engage and get that return kill. And while after all the picks had happened, it turned out that Vitality decided, hey, let's try and go for this Baron play. We think it can work out. They're able to get it successfully, but Splyce gets so many kills off the back of it that they actually gain a lot of momentum. And that actually turns into their favor in a lot of ways, because you can see here, Vitality, they try to force this fight. They tried to toe for a tower dive, and things looking very promising, but then Mickey with another fantastic Bard ultimate is able to turn the fight around. And the moment that you have Wonder joining in from the back of the fight, you can see why he was able to earn that player of the game for that series. And after they clean up this fight, they actually go straight into the enemy base and they end up closing things out. So Splyce, they take the 2-0 in that series in somewhat of a surprising fashion, and Vitality, even with the addition of Shook, not quite being able to match up to the pressure that Trashy was able to put out. But with the scores in the LCS studio settled for now, we're going to tune into Stream EU LCS 1, where Fnatic are taking on Giants Gaming. We'll meet back up with you over in the arena.
Joining us here on Stream 1, we're 18 minutes in, and Giants going up against Fnatic, who have a massive lead, by the way. 6,000 gold or 5,000 gold, and now picking up a Mountain Dragon. And this early game has been so good for Giants, and also contrasted by the fact that Fnatic have made a lot of mistakes as well.
Yeah, now smittyj and Gamsu are going to trade. Here's the Executioner's calling at work.
Yeah, the Hyper is allowing Gamsu to keep on top of Smitty, and as he was getting towards Mega Form, Smitty will just have to flash away that he doesn't face the full wrath of Meganar. So Gamsu getting ahead in this matchup in that small trade there.
Yeah, and that's how this is going to go time and time again now, because smittyj, he can try and stack armor as well, but between Hyper and the offensive itemization that Gamsu's going to have, it's going to be a tough cookie to crack up in that top lane. But for those of you, as you said, that have just joined us, good early plays by Giants set the stage for this. Catching Yellow Star while he was going to ward defensively in a